Hey everybody, it's RCK and I'm glad to have you back here again today. And of course, we're going to be going over our multicolored cards for Midnight Hunt. And today again, I'm partnered here with Captain Waffles, and we are here to go ahead and get this started.
Yeah, guys, we are back again once again to go over another review. This time we're doing multicolored. I tell you guys, from the looks of it, there's going to be a lot of text with these cards. There's going to be a lot of crazy stuff going on. But first up, we have Angel Fire Ignition. It's going to be one colorless, one red, and one white. It's a sorcery. It says put 2/1/1 counters on target creature. It gains vigilance, trample, lifelink, indestructible, and haste until the end of turn. Has a flashback cost of 2 colorless, 1 red, and 1 white. Guys, what the heck? So I'm going to say, just me personally, I like this card because literally, you're giving one creature 4 different freaking abilities. Like you're getting vigilance, trample, lifelink, and indestructible, and haste. Five. You get five different abilities.
Yeah, a crazy amount of abilities here. I also think that the counters do stay on the creature, and then on top of that, you are gaining life.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. And you're getting your creature's going to have trample, guys. So I mean, even if they're blocking, he's going to get through. You're still going to gain life, and he's going to get through to do some damage, and it's going to be indestructible, so it ain't going nowhere. And it has haste if you decide to put it on this creature you just played it.
in flashback.
Get some. Great card, great start off for this multicolor set, guys. Great start off. Definitely, if you see this card and you're running red and white, definitely pick it up. Definitely add it in. It could be a nice little turntable. Moving on, guys, we have Arcade Infusion. It's going to be 1 blue and 1 green. Your good old is it combination.
1 blue, 1 red.
Oh, wow. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Definitely one red. Says look at the top 4 cards in your library. You may reveal an instant or sorcery card from under and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Has a flashback cost of 3 colors, 1 red and 1 blue. How you feel about this instant, man? How do you feel about this?
2 mana, look at the top 4, get an instant sorcery. Not bad. And later on, you can flashback it if you don't have anything. You can do it on their turn. You can leave mana up, do it at the end of their turn. I could see this being used. Not a full set, but I could see it being used. So, pretty cool.
What I see? What do I see? Spell slams. That's what I see. That's what I say.
I see Coven. I see spell slingers. I see zombies.
Exactly.
I see soldiers.
Exactly. Moving on, we have Blaze Stitch Scab. It's going to be 1 blue and 1 block. It's going to be a zombie soldier. Other zombies you control have +1/+0. Guys, there was just a pre-con release. If you didn't know about it, I'm sure you did. That is truly a zombie tribal focus setup going on. This card is not in it.
Guys, Mr. Waffles just picked up that commander set. He really wants this card. Even though I'm the one that always talks about zombies, he's the one that just told me he went and bought that commander set. I'm like, the fuck?
Hey, zombie way of life. That's all I can say. That's all I can say right now.
You want something really interesting? My first deck I ever built, it was definitely not the right amount of cards in it. Nothing was right about it, but it was a mono black deck that was full of zombies.
Wow,
Yep.
Really?
That was a long time ago.
Really?
Yep.
That's insane.
It had about 80 or 90 cards in it for the deck. And it was full of all these random ass zombies I bought from a friend.
That's stupid. That's stupid. That's wild. That's cool though. I ain't going to deny. But guys, definitely pick this card up. Add it to that zombie deck if you decide to get it because it will definitely be a good, nice card pusher. It's going to give all your zombies +1, and they're going to need it, man. Especially if they have decay, they're going to need it so they can swing in and get that damage in. Moving on, guys, we have Can't Stay Away. It's going to be 1 white, 1 black sorcery. Return target creature card with a mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains if this creature would die, exile it instead. Has the flashback cost of 3 colors, 1 white, 1 black. So, it's basically a recursion card. Brings a creature back, as long as it's 3 or less from your graveyard. But it puts it right on the battlefield instead of, getting sent to your hand. The only thing is, if it dies again, it's exiled.
I mean, I guess it's playing off, a cat has 9 lives, and there's 8 cats there, and there's one that's a ghost, but
So
I don't know what's going on.
So what
they're bringing the ninth one back. They got 10 lives now, bitch.
So pretty much what you're saying is you love the artwork.
It was just quite interesting to see all the cats on the picture.
Oh god, it's an okay card, guys. It's not bad. It's all right. It's just one of those, peculiar cards that let you, bring a creature from the graveyard back to the battlefield. Only side problem is that, it's got to be 3 or less, which, that's where your chain falls. Moving on, guys, we have Corpse Cobble. It's going to be 1 blue, 1 black. Is an instant. Says that additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice any number of creatures. Create an XX blue and black zombie creature token with menace, where X is the total power of the sacrificed creatures.
Let me correct you on that. It says sacrifice X decayed creatures.
We can look over that.
So now you're able to do something with them.
Leave my decayed zombies alone. They have value past what they are.
Well, your 5/2/2 decayed zombies just turned into a 10/10 black and blue zombie.
So I'm going to let you guys know this is another card that was not in that pre-con.
Yeah, they should have get your ass.
They did. So I will say, guys, if you want to rock that pre-con, if you want to rock zombies for this Innistrad release, definitely pick up Corpse Cobble, because it's going to be one of those cards that's definitely going to prove to be quite powerful in that deck. It definitely will synergize off of it, most definitely. And it has a flashback, so you can reuse that sucker again as soon as you have the mana to do so. Moving on, we have Croaking Counterpart, which is a looking card, I will say.
Well, I like how his eyes are going in different directions.
Oh my god, it's going to be a 1 color, it's green and blue. The sorcery says create a token that's a copy of target non-frog creature, except there's a 1/1 green frog. Has a flashback of 3 colorless and 1 green, 1 blue. So you like this card?
I don't know, it's kind of shit. I don't know what you can do around this. I really don't know how you play this one. I'm really drawing a blank right now. But I do like it though. Why do you want a 1/1 copy of something?
No, you don't. That's the whole point. You don't want a 1/1 copy. It's like, for starters, guys, here's the issue, right?
It might have Death Touch. I don't know.
No. Okay, how about we make it?
It's too much of a what if.
You know what you can play this card with, guys? Play this card the moment after one of your opponents decides he wants to pop that Angel Fire Ignition. So that way you can go ahead and get a copy card with 5 different abilities on it.
Well, look. It says create a token that's a copy of target non-frog creature. So you could copy one of your abilities that might give you value in a way. So in a way, it'll double the total amount of value that you get.
Only problem is it is a 1/1 green frog. That's gonna be the only problem, guys. It's not increasing its power any. You're not it's not stealing the power from the creature that you are copying. So it's still gonna be very weak. The only difference is, like you said, you might get an ability off of it depending on what you're copying. Very, very ruffled feather card there. Very ruffled feather. Weird. Moving on, we had the Hart Wardens. It's gonna be 1 colorless, 1 green, and 1 white. Human Warlock with Vigilance. Coven activated at the beginning of combat on your turn. If you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, creatures you control get +1/+0 until end of turn. So this is a regular creature card. Has Vigilance on his own, but as long as Coven activated, he's going to boost the ability and power of all your other creatures. So it's very. I would very much say so.
Green, white covered, nice and covered.
Yeah. You'll definitely be able to get it activated too when you're playing white, because we've already seen that. And with green, because almost every green is focusing on Coven right now. So this is definitely a card I would definitely rock in one of those decks. And I mean, she's a group buffer. Definitely a group buffer. So moving on, we have Dire Strain Rampage. Going to be 1 colorless, 1 red, 1 green. Has sorcery. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, or land. If the land was destroyed this way, its controller may search their library for up to 2 basic land cards. Put them onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Otherwise, its controller may search their library for a basic land card. Put it onto the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Has a flashback of 3 colorless, 1 red, 1 green. A lot to be said on this card. A lot of text.
So, very strange card. I mean, you could use this to destroy one of your own lands and then go search and basically ramp you up for 3.
That's what it sounds like it's implied.
And do it for flashback. But it could also be played in some of those red, green land destruction cards, decks and modern, like green, red Ponza and stuff like that. Because I mean, there are a lot of modern decks that don't run many basic land cards.
Yeah.
Speaking, that's coming from a person that played a modern deck that had, for one of them, only had one basic land card, and one of them didn't have any. I played 16 lands.
Mm.
That was back when you could still play Mox Opal, of course, a long time ago.
Mm.
Not that long, but unfortunately, I'm still keeping my set, hoping for a day for them to be unbanned. But until then,
Yeah. Oh, how times have changed. Oh, how times
very
have
interesting
changed.
card.
Moving on, guys, we have Diagram. Rebirth's going to be 3 colorless, 1 black, 1 green sorcery. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature that died this turn. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It has a flashback cost of 5 colorless, 1 black, and 1 green. I have one of these. I've pulled one of these.
What if it was a blue-black card? So much better.
Yes, so much better. So much better. That's the one thing.
For this set, anyway. I mean, it's zombie-oriented. Why isn't it?
Yes, I could use it as zombies. I can't use it now, though.
I mean, I get Gagare bullshit, but I mean, this is a dedicated blue-black set towards zombies.
Damn them Gogars. This is all about that Demir.
So let's get real.
It's about that Demir.
And this set, it really is.
This is about that Demir. Moving on, guys. We have Faithful Mending. It's going to be a white and a blue. It says you gain 2 life, draw 2 cards, then discard 2 cards with a flashback cost of 1 colorless, 1 white, and 1 blue. This is your instant card. Really, you just gonna thumbs down this card like this?
It's this card disadvantage. You don't want to play white or blue and then play a card where you're down a card. You're cycling out. This is card disadvantage.
At least you gain 2 life.
Yeah, you're gonna say that when I play my unnatural growth and hit you with that 7 or 10-10. I gained 2 life at least.
I'll refer back to my ants.
See, maybe you could draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, maybe get you an answer, but you're still down. That would still be a 2-for-1 for me on my side. A 2
You're right.
costs you 2 cards and me 1 card.
You're right. I can't deny it. You are going to be down. I mean, it's not a great card, guys. It's definitely not a great card.
And with some cards, I mean, with some colors, it's okay, but with white and blue, do you really want to put extra cards into your graveyard?
No, you're playing white.
You're not playing
blue.
black and blue. I mean,
I want to have more cards in my hand when I'm playing white and blue, not in my graveyard. Moving on, guys, we are having Flesh Taker hit the scene. It's going to be a 1 white, 1 black. It's a human assassin. Whenever you sacrifice another creature, you gain 1 life and you scry 1. Then it has an extra ability. It says tap 1, sacrifice another creature. Flesh Taker gets +2/+2 until end of turn.
cool card, cool ability, but creepy as fuck. I pulled this card, by the way.
Yeah, you did. That's a creepy ass fucking
It
card.
is. It
I'm not
really
gonna lie.
is.
That shit, that's some nightmare fuel shit right there. I like it. But it freaks me out.
Oh,
I like it, but it freaks me out. Once again, I wish,
You're
guys.
freaky. You like your freaky.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
Look, all I'm saying is I wish it was black and blue instead of white and black. Once again, because then I could sacrifice a decayed zombie, gain a life, and scry 1. But wizards, I guess you just don't care about my feelings. Moving on, we have Florian Voldering Scion, the Vampire Noble, who is going to be 1 colorless, 1 black, and 1 red. He has first strike at the beginning of your post-combat main phase. Look at the top X cards of your library, where X is the total amount of life your opponents lost this turn. Exile 1 of those cards. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. You may play the exact call this way.
I really like him. I actually went and ordered him. He's here now, and I'm working on building him. I feel like he has a very, very strong ability to give you lots of card advantage. I don't know if he will be CDH tier, but for sure maybe like a tier 2 CEDH tier. I mean, you can still, there's a lot of black-red combos that play. That is still a color that is played, color combination played. It's not the strongest because it doesn't have blue, and green's rather high too, but it does have black and black. Red's like kind of on the lower end as far as color goes, and very competitive commander play. But you do get to see a lot of cards with Florian, and that is what I really like about this card. Because I mean, really enough, most of this game is about card advantage. The more cards you get to look at, there's more of a chance you're able to do things, more mana you have, all this other stuff. And I mean, that's just that many more cards that your opponents don't have versus you.
This is true. I mean, honestly, if you put your cards together right and set him up in a good fashion, guys, you'll be able to dive into your deck and find the answers you need to turn the game around. If not, close it out and win it. he is definitely one of those cards I think we're going to see played in Commander quite a lot. I do believe he will be showing up quite a lot. Not to mention, I like the fact he is a Vampire Noble showing up this time around. You know, we get a lot of Vampire Rogues and Service and all that stuff, but
I do have Edgar. I like Edgar.
Yeah. Most people do love Edgar.
He's a very pretty card.
He's a very pretty card.
He's strong, but
pretty fucking annoying too.
Pretty
when you play against him.
He's pretty expensive these days too.
He is.
The price.
Moving along, guys, we have Galvanic Iteration. Is going to be 1 blue, 1 red. Instant, when you cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, copy that spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. Flashback is 1 colors, 1 red, 1 blue. Spell slinger. That's all I'm saying. Spell slinger. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Moving on, guys, we have Gold Caller's Harvest. Is going to be 1 black, 1 green. Says create a X 2/2 black zombie creature tokens with Decayed, where X is half the number of creature cards in your graveyard rounded up. Has a flashback cost of 3 colorless, 1 black, and 1 green. Why isn't it black blue? Why?
Honestly.
Why? The second time we've seen this. It's a good card, guys.
I love the artwork for it,
The
but why
artwork,
isn't it black and blue?
It's good artwork. I love the ability for it. You know, it's not bad. It's not bad. My only qualm is that I just wish it was black and blue. That's it. That's all about one qualm. I mean, if you guys are running the black and green, then by all means, it's definitely a card to maybe look into adding, depending on what route you're going to go. If you see yourself adding in more of a zombie feature to it, then yeah, definitely look into this card. If not, you can probably shy away from it because I don't think it's going to have as much of a strong effect.
Do you think we'll see a Soul Tie zombie deck? Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it makes you wonder.
It's really tough to play 3 colors and like standard and stuff like that. I mean, sometimes it's possible, but it's not the easiest thing to do. But either way, next we have Grizzly Ghoul, a zombie bear for 4 mana. It's a 4/3 with trample. Grizzly Ghoul enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each creature that died this turn. Definitely a second main phase spell to cast after combat, of course. Maybe a couple of your zombies died. I mean, you can get a lot of value out of this card. It might be very, very powerful. Even if 2 creatures died, you're looking at a 6/5 with trample for 4 mana.
Yeah, I agree. He could be. I like the artwork for him. I guess this is the zombie that's supposed to be going along with Good Carver's Harts then, since, you know, it's black and green. I guess we're going that route since we can't give no dedication and love to black and blue right now. Moving on, guys, we have Hallowed Respite, which is going to be a 1 white, 1 blue sorcery. It says exile target non-legendary creature, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. If it entered under your control, put a 1/1 counter on it. Otherwise, tap it. Flashback is going to be 1 colors, 1 white, and 1 blue. So this is a get rid of spell, but it's interesting to know that, you know, they specifically put it down to where if it's under your control, you get a counter off of it. It's kind of interesting here. The whole
it definitely saves your creature. If it's targeted, you exile it, comes back. It will get rid of under its ownership. It will get rid of token creatures because once they're exiled, they're gone forever.
Yep.
Different things you can do this with.
You can use it to different extents. I would like it better if it was an instant instead of a sorcery.
I agree.
If it was something I could use on my opponent's turn, I would be better pleased with it. That's my only change I would wish they had made. That's it. Moving on, guys, we have Hungry for More. It's going to be a 1 black, 1 red. It's a sorcery. Create 3/1 black. Wow. Create a 3/1 black and red vampire creature token with trample, lifelink, and haste. Sacrifice it at the beginning of your next end step. Has a flashback of 1 colorless, 1 red, and 1 black. So
you're definitely swinging in.
Definitely swinging in. Just a quick way, honestly, to just get a creature out. A quick way to get a 3/1.
Quick life, a little bit of damage.
Yeah. Go on about your business.
Yep.
Go on about your business. I like it. If I was running red and black, I would run it. I'm not going to deny. I would just have it in there just for that little bit of flavor at the beginning of the game. Just pop that sucker out, swing in. Hey, look, bro. Hey, look. We had to get this ball rolling. That's all I'm saying. We just had to get it rolling. Moving on, guys. We have Join the Dance. It's going to be a 1 green, 1 white sorcery. Create 2/1/1 white human creature tokens has a flashback of 3 colors, 1 green and 1 white. So, I don't mind this. You're literally playing a green and a white, and you're getting 2/1 creature tokens. I mean, you're getting 2 creatures off of playing a 2 mana cost.
But then flashback for 5 for a 1/1.
Okay,
and 1/1.
look. Guys. Damn that flashback. Okay? You're not using it for that flashback. No. You're using it just for the initial create 2/1 white human creature token. That flashback is fucking worthless.
If you're to the point where you're spending 5 mana to make 2/1/1s, there's a problem.
There's an issue. There's a big issue. Okay? What game are you playing? Anyway, moving on, guys. We have Catilda, Hart Prime. She's going to be a legendary creature. She says protection from werewolves. Human creatures you control have tap. Add 1 mana of any of these creatures' colors. Then it also has a secondary ability of 4 colorless, 1 green, 1 white. Tap. Put a 1 counter on each creature you control. Oh, okay. Guys, I'm going to tell you, this is your answer to people who are playing with werewolf decks. For sure. You get her out, and she's a low cost too, so she can come out early. You get her out early fighting somebody with werewolves, and then you got protection. He can't touch, can't say nothing at you.
I can see this being played in a green-white tokens deck.
Yes.
Just due to that second ability, very low-cost card. Protection of werewolves wouldn't matter in Commander. Human creatures you control have tap to add mana of any color. A lot of tokens sometimes are human soldiers, things like that, especially being white or green.
They are, especially in white.
Might be a use in a 99. I mean, think about it.
Hey, put them counters on them. Proliferate.
Oh, this next one's all you.
Oh, yes, it is. Next up is Lucia, Forgotten Archangel. She's going to be 2 colorless, 2 white, and a black. She has flying and lifelink. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, return that card to its owner's hand at the beginning of the next end step. If a creature an opponent controls will die, exile it instead. Guys, got an angel. I love my angels, man. But I will say, she costs a lot.
It's so anti-zombie.
It is. It's so anti-zombie. So anti-zombie. But I will say this, when an opponent, creature dies, it's exiled instead. That fucks up a lot of people who play cards that, require the graveyard to be a huge mechanic. So that is awesome on its own. She has lifelink and flying. So, I mean, she's already going to be giving you extra life, going to be deadly in the air. And, I mean, she does return a non-token creature to his opponent's hand. I don't know how I feel about that, though. Because, well, I guess it would only just be your cards, though, because all your opponent's cards are going into exile.
Mm-hmm.
So basically anything that you lose is just going to go back to your hand. So she's actually not that bad. She's actually pretty good. I like her. I'm just not running white and black. Right? Wait a minute. She might be good for my Silver Quill deck. Wait a minute. I might have to add her in my Silver Quill deck. I take that back. I might have to pick this card up, guys. Not gonna lie. I think moving on though, I will say I think RCK is really gonna like this one. Next up, we have Old Stick Fingers. He's gonna be a X, 1 black, 1 green, a legendary creature horror. When you cast a spell, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X creature cards. Put all creature cards revealed this way into your graveyard, then put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Old Stick Fingers' power and toughness are each equal to the number of creature cards in your graveyard. So I will say,
I like his name.
A lot going on. Love his name, though. Name is fucking awesome, guys. Name's fucking awesome.
Very a Golgari based commander. We've kind of seen creatures like this. I wish he had some kind of protection or some kind of other ability because honestly, he's just a big creature at this point.
Creatures.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with big creatures, but okay, you have a big creature, I have a kill spell.
Wow, you's gonna be like that.
Yes.
It's gonna be like that. Even we done talked about unnatural growth and everything else, you gonna be like that. I like him, guys. I think he's cool, but I will agree with RC on this. Like, yeah, at the end of the day, he's gonna be a big boy. That's pretty much it. He's gonna be a big boy creature that can swing out and do some damage when need be. past that, I don't see myself using him that much. But I mean, if you're going to be rocking that Gogori Stronghold, then by all means, I say he will be a nice addition. Most definitely, it would be a nice addition to have. I don't know if I would run him as a sole commander though. There are other Golgari cards
I feel that way too.
Yeah, like I feel like there are other Golgari focused cards in the format that would work better. That he could, of course, help to boost within the 100 card deck.
He's better than the 99. I don't think he's a commander.
He's definitely better than 99. Moving on, guys, we have Rim Carlia, Stalwart Slayer. She's gonna be 1 color, 1 red, 1 white. She's flying in haste. If a spell would deal damage to you or another permanent you control, prevent that damage. If a spell would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +1 instead. So she has a lot going on too, what she is. But she has flying in haste, which is always good. So she comes out, she'll swing out. She's low cost,
Well, this stops spell slingers in their tracks.
It does. It does. It fucks them over real nice.
And then it turns all of your burn spells into that +1.
Exactly. So I'm not going.
Quite interesting.
Yeah, she is. For a red white. Ooh.
For 3 mana.
And for 3 mana.
Flying haste 2/3.
I don't know.
Okay. Keep my eye on that one.
I ain't lying. Keep y'all on that one, guys. You might see her pop up. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. She might just pop up and. I mean, hey, it is going to be what it is. Moving on, guys, we have Riot Harmony. It's going to be 1 green, 1 white instant. Whenever a creature or enchantment enters the battlefield under control, this turn, draw a card. Has a flashback cost of 2 colors, 1 green, and 1 white. So, if you're playing,
I like it. I don't know if you'll see the value right off the bat, but I do.
Really?
So you go ahead and talk.
I kind of like I want to know, What the hey?
Whenever a creature or enchantment enters the battlefield under your control this turn, draw a card. It's not a single. It's for how many creatures, tokens, everything.
I know, for the whole turn.
Everything.
For that one turn, whatever enters the battlefield, you draw a card off of it, literally, each time. I see that.
And it doesn't say cast. It says enters. So these are tokens. Doesn't matter if you can make 10 tokens this turn, however many tokens, because you don't actually cast tokens, they enter the battlefield.
This is true. I didn't think about the tokens, though. I'll give you that. I didn't think about tokens. I thought about all the other stuff as far as regular creatures, enchantments, but I did not take tokens into account. And let's be honest, the last couple cards we've seen, they've kind of boosted the idea of putting tokens out on the battlefield, whether they be 1/1 human soldiers or some of the wolves and everything else. So this is
quite an interesting card here.
Yeah, it is. And it has a flashback too, so you can pop her behind again if you need to.
Because have you ever what's that card called? It's played in Elves, it's played in Legacy. It's 1 green. Whenever you cast a creature card, you draw a card. It's for 1 mana, but this is basically it, but for 2 mana being. So it's technically worse, but having another type of ability like that for you to go like card. That's there's a lot there. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it would definitely work out well to get some hard, strong card draw up. That's for sure. Moving on, guys, we have Rite of Oblivion. It's going to be 1 white, 1 black. Sorcerer has additional cost to cast this spell. Sacrifice a non-land permanent. Exile target non-land permanent. Has a flashback of 2 colors, 1 white and 1 black. So, cast this spell. Sacrifice a non-land permanent. So, it's basically it's a kill spell.
Well, yes. I mean, you can get rid of something you might not want, like an investigate token or a decayed zombie or something like that to exile a non-land permanent. It's going to hit a lot of things. It's going to hit artifacts, it's going to hit enchantments, it's going to hit creatures. There's a lot there.
It is.
It's a very kind of answers multiple threat card here. Given flashback, I mean, as long as you're mostly creature based, which you'll always have a creature, you should be fine. It will get rid of a lot of things for you for sure.
I love the flavor text. Revenge the circle without end. Want to take the next one?
Yes, we have the Root Coil Creeper. You need to drink some more water.
I know, right?
Drink some more water. So the abilities here for 1 green, 1 blue is a 2/2. It is tapped to add one mana of any color. The second ability is to add 2 mana of any color, but spend this mana only cast spells from your graveyard. Interesting. And then finally, for 1 green and 1 blue, you can tap it, exile Root Coil Creeper, return target card with flashback from you own from exile to your hand.
That's a lot, man.
That last one's quite interesting as well because you're returning from exile, so you've already cast it twice.
Yeah.
You returned it to your hand. So if you cast it from your hand, it goes to the graveyard, and then you're able to do it again. So technically, you'll be able to do that flashback spell 4 times.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Especially with some of the cards we've seen prior to in blue. Like, wasn't there a legendary creature we ran across too that's been boosting flashback capabilities?
And it says cast spells from your graveyard, so this taps for 2 mana for every flashback card in your graveyard.
That is insane. Guys.
And it's a mana rock on its own for anything.
Guys, that's crazy.
This is a great 2-drop if you're running flashback cards.
It is definitely. And guys, like we said before, in the previous section when we covered blue, there was a commander that boosted flashback mechanic for this whole set. So definitely, if you're going to run that guy, I would definitely run Root Coil Creeper in it too. Because, I mean, you can do some crazy stuff with this. I mean, the countless cards we went over throughout this set that had flashback included in them. I mean, 2 mana to activate these things and start re-popping them off. Like, oh, that's nightmare fuel for your opponents on the table. It's going to be bad. So definitely a hardcore card. Definitely one worth running. You know, even without the third ability, he still has other abilities where he can be tapped for mana, you know, of any sort. So definitely, if you manage to pick this card up, you know, definitely add it in if you're going to be running that green-blue combination.
So next we have Sacred Fire, and I was looking at this card a little bit, and it doesn't look that good at all, honestly, to me. A 2 mana deals 2 damage to any target, and you gain 2 life. Then flashback for 6.
I got some of those.
But think about you could play. Listen, I know it's shit, ain't it? You like gaining 2 life, don't you?
No shit, but I gained 2 life.
Think about it with using this legendary right here, though.
This is true, though.
Now the 2 damage has turned into 3 damage. Now it's essentially a bolt plus paying 1 white to gain 2 life.
Yep.
And I guess paying 6 mana to deal 3 damage. Maybe if you're trying to close out the game.
No.
Maybe if you're closing out the game.
No.
But like I said, no.
Garbage.
I'm glad he agrees with me.
Trash. Moving on, guys, we have Cigar, the Champion of Light. She's going to be a 1 color, 1 green, 2 white, legendary creature, another angel. Has flying and trample. Humans you control get +1/+1. She has the Coven ability. Whenever she attacks, if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may reveal a human creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. Guys, this is a nice commander card. She's not that much. She's only going to be 4 CMC. That's it. She has flying, trample, and she is a group buffer. She has given all your humans +1/+1. And not to mention,
you're kind of set into humans, though.
Huh?
You're kind of set into humans, though.
Yeah, you are. I mean, that's the only kind of kickback is like, well, I mean, no offense, but they've been kind of pushing almost not so much human tribal, but they've been pushing hard for human use in this set. So, I mean, I think she still runs great. And as long as Coven's activated, I mean, you can dig through your deck, get more human cards out into your hand, and where you can play those cards and bump up your force on the table to help out. I think she's a cool card. I like her. I have to say.
I like her too.
You don't like her. I could be your Tony.
Next, we have Siphon Insight for 1 blue and 1 black. You look at top 2 cards of target opponent's library. You exile one of them face down and put the other on the bottom of that library. You may look at it and play the exiled card for as long as it remains exiled. You may spend mana as though it was any color to cast that spell. It also has flashback for 3. Cool.
That's all you got to say?
I like taking people's shit.
Well, who doesn't like taking thief? Who doesn't like taking people's shit? That's like,
okay.
And it's blue black. Yeah, blue black. I like it already just because it's blue black.
So not too much to talk about there, but we will look at the next creature we have here. Slogerk, the Over Slime. Ooze. Legendary creature, ooze, trample. It's a 3/3 for 3 mana, 1 colorless, 1 green, 1 blue. Trample. And I, for the life of me, I want to figure out a combo with this card, but I just haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, she's a strange card, guys. I
So-
would say she's very strange.
So whenever a land is put into the graveyard from here, where you put a +1/+1 counter on Slogerk, the Overslime,
Land destruction?
maybe, or mill, I don't know, because you blue, sometimes green puts stuff into the graveyard. Then you remove 3 +1/+1 counters from Slogerk to return it to its owner's hand.
Creature saving?
Well, that's always good, for sure. And then, whenever it leaves the battlefield, return up to 3 target land cards from your graveyard to your hand.
Land retrieval.
So I want to do something here, but I don't know what it is. Like, we need like a fast bond or something like that where you can play multiple lands per turn. But I think, isn't fast bond banned or something? I don't remember. I don't remember. I have to look.
This is weird. Because, I mean, and the reason why I feel like it's weird is because, one, you know, you're putting lands into the graveyard to give it counters. But then...
Maybe if you had a way to not only sacrifice lands on the field and play as many lands as you want, you get infinite cast triggers. Oh, no, because then you keep costing 2 every time. This would be a non-commander card.
Definitely a non-commander card.
I don't know.
It would have to be at the top.
Weird.
Maybe it's the ETB.
I don't know.
Maybe that's weird. Maybe they want you to play it off the ETB because, I mean, it doesn't have the ETB trigger, but what I mean is maybe
Doesn't leave the battlefield trigger.
Yeah, that too. I mean, you know, maybe they're saying that, you know, there's another card out there that can be played off of, that because it's leaving the battlefield, that something else can happen, like it has a reaction with that other card. I'm assuming, because although I don't see otherwise, because it's not going to do any good to constantly keep putting counters on him. Because
if you're just going to bounce them and remove them anyway.
Exactly. If you're going to bounce and remove them anyway, then there will be any reason to keep constantly putting counters. So there's definitely not going to be a situation where he's going to be just a big boy.
It's so strange. I don't know.
It's just a weird card, guys. Moving on, we have Storm. We'll come back to it. We're going to figure out what's going on with this guy. Anyways, we'll come back to him. Storm Skrillex. He's going to be a 3 colors, 1 red, 1 blue. Drake Horror has flying. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, Storm Skrillex gets +2/+0 until the end of turn.
Spellslinger creature.
Well, right off.
It's going to be your top end, though.
Oh, yes. Definitely.
It's
definitely.
a killer.
He's a killer. Definitely a killer. Running on, guys, we have the Sunriser Cavalier. It's going to be 1 colors, 1 red, and 1 white. Since she has trample and haste, if it's neither day nor night, it becomes day. As Sunrise Cavalier enters the battlefield, whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Like us, the morning fights for survival. I will say, I like the overall aesthetic of this card. I like the fact that when it comes in, it definitely turns everything to day. I think that's kind of cool. I like the fact that when it shifts, you can put a 1/1 counter on, you know, creatures you control, whether it be her or any of the other ones. Very basic card, you know. It's strongly focused around the new day and night mechanic that's been released in this set, and I will say, I mean, you might see her in some of your. I don't know if you'll see her in Commander that often, but you might see her in. You think you see her in Modern?
No, I doubt it. But the real question is, why the fuck is the fairy here again?
Oh my God! Hey, look! Hey, homeboy said, "Hey, you ain't never got enough of
You
me.
ain't done with me yet.
You ain't done with me yet, boys. You ain't never got enough Teferi in your life. You ain't never got enough." Guys, Teferi makes his reappearance in this set. He's now being titled Teferi, who slows the sunset. Guys, this is the new Planeswalker that's being introduced in. It's going to be 2 colorless, 1 white, 1 blue. His +1, guys, is going to be choose up to 1 target artifact, up to 1 target creature, and up to 1 target land. And tap the chosen permanents you control. Tap the chosen permanents you don't control. You gain 2 life. His -2 is going to be look at the top 3 cards of your library, put 1 of them into your hand, and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. And his -7 is you get the emblem with untap all permanents you control during each opponent's untap step, and you draw a card during each opponent's draw step. So I'm gonna let you know his -7 is freaking awesome. I like
Every
that.
Teferi is good.
Well, you're right. You're right. Every Teferi is good. I hope I pull him. That's all I got to say. I hope I pull him. I can't run him in nothing because he's blue and white, but I just want to have him. I will say the art is friggin' astounding. I love it myself personally. Cool art. Very cool art. I think I will say he's probably my favorite so far that we've seen in the set release as far as Planeswalkers go. Brandon 7 was okay, but I think I like Teferi just
I agree.
a lot more.
I'm done with Teferi though. Unnatural Moonrise. So it's a red-green card with flashback. It becomes night. Automatically turns all your werewolves.
Wow.
Until end of turn, target creatures get +1/+0 and gain trample. And whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Holy shit.
Wow. So pretty much that is good. They want you to play this card. They like, hey, they're pretty much saying, swing! They want you to play this card and they want you to swing. So that way you can go ahead and draw a hell of amount of cards. And guys, let's just remind you a few things. We just passed a card known as, Unnatural Growth. Enchantment doubles the attack of all your, creatures during the combat phase. So you just think, you play this card, everybody swings out with +1, plus double, with trample.
Oof.
And then you draw.
Oh, it says target creature.
Oh, is it just target?
Yeah, it's target creature. My bad.
Oh, RC. Oh, my God.
So much worse than I thought.
Oh, my. It changes everything. It changes that. God, this is shit. This is shit. I'm done talking. You can.
Okay, we're going on to the next one. Here, you talk about this next one.
Oh my God.
I'm sure you'll like this one.
Oh God. Next up, guys, we have Baldrick, Astral Archmage. It's gonna be one colorless, one blue, and one red. He's a legendary creature. If it's neither day nor night, it becomes day as Baldrick, Astral Archmage, enters the battlefield. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is Baldrick's power. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, put a 1/1 counter on Baldrick. Guys, this guy is fucking amazing. I love it. First off, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Spell finder. That's why I'm gonna say it first. Second off, guys, when he enters the battlefield, for the love of God, you're already gonna be playing your spells and instances. You're gonna be playing your sorceries and instances.
It's only a 3-drop.
He's only a 3-drop. But look, they cost less based off of what his power is. His power starts off as 1. And then literally, if we change the day to night or the night to day,
well, it's just him entering. He starts the day or night cycle.
Exactly. So he'll already get his count. And then you're already paying 2 less. If you get him another, you're gonna be paying 3 less. Guys. Look. I'm going to tell you right now, all the multicolored cards is gonna be my favorite. If I pull him, I'm making him a commander. He's gonna be one hell of a commander, guys. This guy is cool as all get out. And literally, the moment you play him, his ability pops off instantly. And then everything you play afterwards that is instant and sorcery is going to be less. It's going to be less regardless because of his power being up. If you pull it, I highly recommend playing him. Because I think he will be cool to see on the commander table.
I think he's quite interesting. I really do like him as well.
I think he will be quite. I like him, man. I like him. I think he's called me.
I think he's priced low enough to where he could be very, very good. I'm glad he's a 3-drop.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Just like Florian.
Yeah, definitely, guys. Oh man. Oh, I hope I pull him. I'll definitely make a spell slinger.
We already have one.
I know, but I'm gonna change it again if I get him. Medic is out. He's out. What'd you say? 99.
Don't.
That's what he's gonna be. He's gonna be in the 99. He ain't gonna be the commander no more. Moving on, guys. We have Vampire Socialite. She's gonna be 1 black, 1 red. Vampire Noble. Okay, she has minutes. When she enters the battlefield, if an opponent lost life this turn, put a 1/1 counter on each other vampire you control. As long as an opponent lost life this turn, each other vampire you control enters the battlefield with an additional 1/1 counter on it. So basically, she distributes 1/1 counters out. She has her own kind of proliferate ability, guys, but she has menace. However, an opponent has to have lost life this turn for all this stuff to pop off. But I will say she's a She's a 2/2 for 2 with menace. That alone is good. She got menace. I mean, I like the counter distribution as far as, we make somebody lose life, which there's plenty of ways to do that with black and, red. Black has plenty of ways to make your opponents lose life just for any fucking reason. And red, of course, if you want the bitch to lose life, bolt his ass. That's life lost right there. And then her ability pops off. What do you think, RC?
I mean, I think this is a great card to play in an Edgar deck. A low drop vampire, which is what he is built around because of his eminence ability.
Yeah.
On top of that, you're going to be dealing a lot of damage. You're going to be adding value to each other vampire you control. Oh my goodness. That is a lot. You're probably distributing upwards to 5 to 10 counters whenever, if an opponent lost life that turn.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it says as long as the opponent lost life each turn, each other vampire control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter. So every time you cast a zombie, he will get an additional counter, and then you'll get 2. Well, are they already 2/2s or are they 1/1s? I can't remember. But either they're 2/2s. No, I'm talking about the vampires you get from Edgar. I think they're 1/1s.
Vampires from Edgar are 1/1s.
So they'll turn it into 2/2s. Pretty good. And then every time Edgar attacks, everything gets +1/+1 counters.
Yeah, this is true. Remember when I told you he's annoying? That's why. That's why right there. That's why. But I will say, guys, Vampire Socialite, definitely one you want to add in. If you're running an Edgar Markov deck, then yeah, definitely add this in too, because it will definitely boost it up. It's great sync energy, man. Synergy is amazing with this card if you're running vampires. See why she's a noble. Moving on, guys, we have Wait to Slaughter. It's going to be 3 colors, 1 black, 1 red. Sorcery. Choose up to 2 target creature cards in your graveyard. An opponent chooses one of them. Return that card to your hand. Return the other to the battlefield under your control. It gains haste. Exile it at the beginning of the next end step. Flashback is going to be 4 colorless, 1 black, 1 red. So I will say this kind of reminds me of those cards. What is it? The blue card where, is it Fact or Fiction? The one where you...
Yeah, you look at top 5, put them in 2 piles, and let your opponent choose.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of those type of cards where, you bring out a set number of cards and then your opponent gets to decide what you get to keep and what you don't get to keep. That's kind of how this card is playing out, except this time there's only 2 cards, and they're creatures specifically, and of course...
one goes to your hand, one of them goes on the field. Yeah. You exile at the beginning of your instant, but still you get the value out of it.
You do. I mean, you get 1 card back and then you get a creature on the field. I mean, it's not bad. I don't know if I would play it for his flashback cost, but for the initial one, I mean, might be a good way to, get something back that you missed. This just depends on if you can kind of trick your opponent and give you what you want instead of what you needed. Last but not least, guys, we have the final card in the multicolor review. It's going to be Winterhorn Blessing. Going to be 1 green, 1 blue. It says a sorcery. Put a 1 counter up to 1 target creature you control. Tap up to 1 target creature you don't control. And that creature does an untap during its controller's next untap step. Has a flashback of 1 colors, 1 green, and 1 blue. I will say, this is a common card. We've seen this card in different iterations. The whole idea of, tapping an opponent's creature and, preventing them from untapping during their controller's next step. That's a common rehash.
This is like 1 green to give a counter, 1 blue to tap something for a turn.
Pretty much. That's it. It's just kind of, building off of the, the 2 color bases and what they do within them. Very common card, very basic card. Kind of a slackjaw way to end off the multicolor review. I will say, if I had to pick 1 card I've liked the best so far in this review, RC, is going to be Baldrick, Astral Archmage. That's going to be my pick for this one. I think he's cool.
Of course, I like Florian, Voldering, Scion, or whatever.
Yeah, the Vampire Noble. Of course, that's the one you chose, my friend. Guys, that's going to end it for us on this review. I will say we will be back for the next one. And I do hope you guys will like, subscribe, and tune in for another episode. But other than that, we will catch you on the next one.
Bye. Sorry, I was reading something. Just press stop recording. Look.